Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. What is up? Clubhouse, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all all the socials. I'm going to run through this one pretty quickly today. I have probably about 15 minutes. Usually it's about 30 minutes. Kids are going to be waking up soon. But social media, creating content for social media or just your brand or your business is probably one of the biggest pitfalls most businesses come into. We got somebody on the disappeared. Pop in again if you want to join the conversation. And it's sad, but it's pretty easy to understand. So with creative content, if you just share nothing but like buy my t-shirt or buy my masterclass or whatever, people get tired of that really, really quickly. You need to provide value. You need to provide just valuable content. What I'm doing right here, I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm trying to give as much good information I can about creative content and distribution as I can in the amount of time that I have. And it's pretty much what happens is businesses try to allocate this content to people that don't understand their specialty. And so, for instance, let's say that I am working for, a fishing company for some reason or whatever. If I don't know anything about the techniques of, catching fish, skinning fish, cooking fish, all those things, the amount of content that I can actually supply to social media as the person working under the owner is pretty limited. Now, there is completely a way around all of this, and the owner or the expert has to be willing to be available to give content and be open and not try to keep everything a secret. But this is what happens with most businesses, and it's that's why it's very hard a lot of times for these older businesses to do well or perform on social media, because one, they think social media is like an afterthought versus like the thing. Like this is really important. And then also they're not willing to give the value needed to start the engine and keep it going. So let me just show you, that's just a little perspective on it. Let me show you practically how I break down my creative content, from pillar content to putting it on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Snapchat, whatever. Like I said, it's going to be a pretty quick one today, but I think it'll be enough to be able to give you guys enough. What up, Andy? Hey, my man. If you have any questions, throw them at me. I'll answer them for you. By the way, Andy is a kid's book illustrator, and he is killing it on the social. He's been doing plenty of live streams. He's been Andy. If you're not following Andy, go check him out. Andy C. Marshall, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all of them. All right. So, for instance, let me just kind of go ahead and get on the computer. I'm better what I'm just doing. So let's see. File, new window. Let's pull this up. Don't really need my phone right now. Let's go to YouTube. Okay, your channel. Okay, so there is a video that I'll be pretty much releasing in the next 40 minutes, whatever it's done. It was from the live stream yesterday. But this is what you call a piece of pillar content, right? So I'll just show you behind. This is just a thumbnail for it. But behind that, go into series, personal brand for stream. You probably won't be able to hear the audio, but this is what that big piece of content looks like. A lot of people are good at doing this. They make the piece of pillar content. Let's wait for it. So kind of what we're doing right here. This is a big piece of content talking about personal brand. I talked about personal brand for 30 minutes. This is one piece of content. And that's where a lot of businesses stop. A lot of people just kind of like, okay, here it is. That's it. I'm putting it up on YouTube. I did my work. But you can't stop there, and it's critical. So with this 30-minute video, you actually have a tremendous amount of value that you can give. So let me kind of pop into social. This is kind of how I do it. So what I did in Final Cut is I broke, let me kind of pull this out so we can actually see what's going here. First, I took, let's see if I can, the video was 30 minutes. So to put it on Facebook or whatever like that, or put it on LinkedIn, they don't do videos over 10 minutes. So I just broke it into 3 parts. So, and also added a little bit of ask at the bottom. So that's one video. So that's 2 videos really, because we have our pillar. Here goes the second one. And if I take the time to rename these accurately, what's going on in this 10 minutes, it'll do well by itself. I then went ahead and broke these into videos for TikTok. So TikTok allows you to upload up to 3 minutes. So all I did was pretty much cut the video up by 3 minutes, nothing crazy, and also made it a square versus it being vertical. And then I'll also use text or whatever to kind of make that happen. And this is all taking from kind of a traditional sense, just a traditional piece of media, and putting it on social. Now there's a completely opposite way of going about doing it all natively, which is the better way of doing it. But I'm showing you guys from the perspective that most people will grasp, and then maybe we can circle back around later, probably not today, and show you how to really take your phone and do all the content like from your phone. And then the pillar stuff, it's kind of almost like, I won't say it's secondary, but it's like, yeah. Then I also broke it down into 1 minute clips. So that's what that kind of looks like. Same thing. And this is how I'll practically do this. I'm going to go ahead and do this as a real world example. So these are the clips. I take them all. I airdrop them to my iPhone. I've already done this to kind of speed up our time here. And so let's go ahead and look at this here. Pull you up. Let's get our iPhone back up. QuickTime. Pull you over. So let's just say, for instance, most people have Instagram. So let's do Instagram first. So we're going to pop into Instagram, go over to my profile, and very simply press the add button. We can make this a post. We can make this a reel. Why not try to make it a reel real quick? Let's just kind of play with that. You're probably not going to be able to hear this stuff, but let's go ahead and just do that. So, and like I said, this is from more of a traditional sense, a traditional standpoint. I made all of them 58 seconds versus 1 minute, because sometimes the social platforms have like a problem with like it being exactly 1 minute or 59 seconds or whatever. So if I'm doing this 1 minute thing, let's just see. Let me just kind of click into one of these. I'm going to listen to it. Give me just a second. Let me listen to hear what's going on. If I can get my volume to work on this. Give me the volume. It says it's going through my AirPods, but I already know what's going on, so I'm just going to write out some text. I'm going to add that. I'm then going to say, just started a new biz creative biz dev series. Biz dev series, biz dev and social media. Series. And super stoked. Check it out on YouTube or something like that. Then I always so with design, this is very simple. You don't want it to be like huge. You either want it to be 2 lines or 3 lines. That 2 lines is just way too small. So 3 lines, try to make it go all the way to the end. And that's not bad. So then I can put it at the top here. Let's just kind of wait for it to kind of go. Make sure I'm not over. So I'm on my head right now. So we can put it at the bottom, right? And then we can also put like a headline, amped. Need lost. Let's see. I'm just gonna put like some celebratory emojis. Celebrate. So this is one piece of content, just one. I'm going to press next. I'm going to go ahead and post. I can also put my URL there. I can put whatever and press OK. And then I'm going to press share. Okay. It's all good, Andy. No worries. I'm waiting for that to share. And I just shared, and this is just for this one specific case, I just shared one piece of content out of, let's go back over here. Let me get info. There's 41 items selected. Out of 41 items, pretty much. So out of one pillar piece of content, I technically can make 40-ish posts across different social medias, and that's really, really good. Like I said, it's not the absolute perfect way about going about doing things. Let me come back over here. It's posted now. There we go. Let's refresh. And all of a sudden we have a reel that's technically a post too. So there we go. Cool. So that's simply how to make a creative piece of content from a larger scale piece of content. Now remember, if you can get your owner or the person that you work for to record a 30-minute Q&A, you, the person that may be putting it out, will have a much easier, better time coming up with new content. That's the problem. A lot of times you get stuck in this old recycling, old knowledge that was 5 years ago, and it's old. If I were to do this on Twitter, let's see, see if I have I can simply, this is so simple, like, okay, there's this thumbnail right here. Technically it's on my hard drive, but I can take a screenshot of this thumbnail, boom, right there. I can then go into my desktop, very simply. Where's my screenshot at? So that was actually the original one that I used. I just took it from the video. And then airdrop that to my phone. This is a guesswork right here. I don't know which phone because I have 2 phones that are going right now. So let's try this phone, see if it's the right phone. Is it the right phone? Nope, not the right phone. Sorry, TikTok. Let's do this one. And then we're going to come back over here onto our QuickTime. All of a sudden, there you go. If I wanted to say make this a square, I can edit it, crop it into a square very quickly, very simply, you know, bada boom. Maybe I do a 4x5x4, or actually need to change this to whatever, or 4x5, so that we have a little bit more. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to press done. And I'm going to go over to Twitter. Add a post. Boom. This old wolf is back on the hunt. Something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, you just, whatever comes to your brain, don't overthink it. So many people think so intently about what that one post is going to be, and it's like, just post. Just post, and there you go. That's a third piece of content. Now, this right here is more self-promotional content. Like this, me putting out a piece of content, it's almost like an ask. It's like, hey, yo, check this out. So be careful about the amount of ask and the amount of give that you give. The vast majority of this content, let's go back over here, photos, boom. The vast majority of this stuff is good, valuable content. I'm showing how to do Snapchat. And so what I would do is just watch it for the 58 seconds until I understand what's going on, and then write a caption, and there you go. You want to get real fancy with it. Here goes. Let's do one more. Let's go with let's do a native piece of content very quickly. Oh man. Log in. Get me in. And native content is just as fast, if not faster, because I legit can just be like, let's come over here. Is Illustrator still up? Still happy? No. Let's pull this down. Let's just say, ooh, Illustrator's popping open. Whoops. Let's pull you back over. So many things. Got up this morning to do another live stream on TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, all that stuff. And it almost didn't happen. Like, it is 6:53. Kids are about to get up, but I'm glad that I'm executing on this, and it feels good to be back on the path. So that is a very simple thing. I put it at the TikTok screen, but obviously I could have turned it around and pointed at myself. Send, boom, boom, boom. It's all the same thing. Short, quick content. Let's reverse this. Same thing. To just give as much as you can. So an easy way to give, this is the last thing I'm going to do before I jump off, is there's this website called Coral. Pop over here. Coral. Something like that. Coral. If I can spell right. Cora. And it's a pretty much a Q&A website where it's like an infinite amount of questions. So let me just kind of come over here. This is going to be very simple. I'm going to take my phone. Let's pop this over so we can see our phone and pull the questions over to the side. And very quickly, I'm going to make, I could do a TikTok, but this is the wrong logged in TikTok, so I'm going to skip that. So let me go over here to Instagram. I'm going to go back over to Reels. I'm going to go ahead and create a new Reel. This is going to be one natively. So before we posted one from content we already made, this one's going to be straight from the dome. So here we go. Usually you want to find a place to kind of set it up instead of holding it. Just set it down somewhere, but I'm have to have the cord connected, so, All right, here we go. What is the worst time to post on social media? I don't think that there's any bad time to post on social media. I think it's getting out of your head and just posting as much as you can, and then doing that consistently. And then that is it. I already hear that the kids are up, so add text, all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and end this because I need to get to the kiddos. But that's it. Just do the thing. Catch you guys on the next one, and we'll do it again.